Hello everyone, Latif Smith here, and this is my week 4 presentation on systems theories. For this presentation, I will be going over how natural structural function and open systems theories relate to Clear the Hall Task Force. Natural systems theory relates to Clear the Hall Task Force as it uses rational perspective to achieve its goal of creating a safe environment on the City Hall campus. Natural systems theory sees the organization as a living organism that's looking for a means to survive. This theory focuses on internal stresses of the organization and how it will adapt its responses to survive. A natural system has a self-regulating function that gets it back to a homeostasis state through routine maintenance, which for this task force is removing undesirable guests. This task force is created to make a more formal process of getting members removed from the campus. Directives for staff and unwanted guests are not effective if those receiving it do not feel it is legitimate, especially considering City Hall is a public building. The corresponding article I found relating to this theory states that Max Weber believed organizations needed mandates to exist because these mandates allow for more specialized purposes for organizations to be legitimized. Formal organizations make it so that one individual's action does not break cooperation, meaning for this task force, if one staff doesn't report an unwanted guest, hopefully another one does. Or if another police officer cannot attend to remove an unwanted guest, hopefully another one will be able to take its place. This will create a continual loop of effectiveness for the task force. The next theory I will discuss is structural functions theory that brought about another system of middle age theories where systems work together with minimal conflict. Every action has a specific function for the organization, and for this task force, we don't want goal displacement to become a problem as this causes rigidity in the organization. An example of goal displacement would be if a City Hall staff cited a city council member as an unwanted guest and the police also didn't know it was a city council member and they try to remove them, causing a big scene. This depersonalizes the public, causing problems. And to avoid this, members of the task force will need managers to standardize the process of removing unwanted guests in a more formal way, which was planned out in previous presentations that caused for first contact by staff. A component of this theory I would like to focus on is the theory of control and coordination of work for the agency to operate in a more formal way that Barnard believed in. As civil servants, we are constrained by social control of the public as removing unwanted guests, and removing wanted guests is a very sensitive subject. Operating effectively through communication will allow the task force to achieve its legitimate goal of creating a safe environment on the City Hall campus. The final system I will be going over is open systems theory that relates to this task force. It directly is affected by external forces. Getting back to equilibrium is the goal, and it will be a continuous feedback loop between city staff and the police department to maintain the safety of the campus. Another component of this theory is the uncertainty of environment that may cause external issues for the organization, such as water fountains on the City Hall campus, or overhangs that became bathhouses or sleeping areas for the unwanted guests over the weekends when City Hall staff really isn't there. The organization will have to find ways to adapt to this external strain as it is possible for removing overhangs and removing water from the fountains. The journal that I found for open systems theory correlated and highlighted the worker in the organization. With the workforce becoming more diverse, it is important that workers know their roles in the task force. Roles are like scripts where their desired functions have plans and specific sequences are to follow after every action that is taken. In this case, we don't want city staff tackling unwanted guests and handcuffing them. And we also don't want police officers who are not willing to take necessary action as needed. There are expectations that are set by social structures and policies that are in place. This concludes my presentation, and thank you all for listening.